Hello everyone and welcome to the Kiki London YouTube channel. My name's Amanda and in today's video I have a very exciting new launch to share with you all. I've been really excited to share these, but today launches the new metallic nail art gels. So let's take a look. There are 3 shades available as you can see. First of all, let's take a look at the packaging. So these come in 5-gram gel pots, so they are brilliant for your nail art application. Now as you can see, the pots have the ingredients listed on them, as well as telling you the shelf life and the fact they are cruelty free and vegan friendly like the rest of the Kiki London products. So we have a metallic gold, which we were just taking a look at, and then we have metallic rose. This is like a really beautiful rose gold shade, and then we have metallic silver. So let's open them up and take a look inside. This is the silver. It's absolutely beautiful, and then we're going to take a look at the gold and the rose. We're then going to swatch them and do a little nail art so that you can see them in action. How gorgeous is this gold? I'm so glad that these have come out in time for New Year's Eve nails, because I am really picturing black with this nail art metallic gel in the gold for New Year's Eve. And then lastly we have the metallic rose, which as you can see, it's got that really pretty rose gold effect to it. So I'm going to swatch these just so you can see the colours up close, and to do that I'm going to use my Kiki London round nail art brush. Now I'm just working on the swatch tips here that come from the Kiki London swatch file, and I'm coming straight in, and we're just going to do 1 coat of these because these are super highly pigmented. So this is just 1 coat of the silver. We're going to pop that into cure, and then I am going to come in and top coat using the Kiki London Hema free top coat, just so you can see the full look of what it looks like once it has had that glossy top coat over the top. Now I'm mainly just swatching these for the purpose of showing you guys the color. You can use these though as full cover colors if you wish. So if you wanted to add that into a set, maybe as an accent nail, you can certainly use them as full color, but they are designed for your nail art purposes. So any kind of hand painted nail art, whether it's simple nail art or anything intricate, these are going to work beautifully. So now we're going to move on to the gold, and I absolutely love this. Now because they are so highly pigmented, you do only need a 1 coat, and you can see that a little bit goes a long way. They have quite a thin consistency to them as well, which is brilliant for nail art, but I do love just how highly pigmented these are, and because they have that thinner consistency, I did find that they were really easy to work with, which you will see when we move on and do. I'm going to do 3 different designs, just showing you guys each of the colors and some simple nail art inspiration. So lastly, let's swatch the rose metallic. Now this one is so pretty. Of course it's brilliant to have a classic gold and silver, as I do feel as though they're your staples when doing nail art, but I'm really happy that Kiki London launched these with the rose as well, because it's super pretty. So lastly, we're going to pop that one in to cure, and then we're going to come in and top coat, and then I will show you guys all of the colours once again before we jump in and apply our nail art. Now you can top coat these with whichever top coat of your choice. A lot of the time when I'm top coating any kind of nail art, I like to use the rubber top coat, but any top coat of your choice will go over the top of these and seal these in. You can even come over them with a matte top coat if you want to create a different effect to the metallic effect. Now let's move on to the nail art. So for the nail art, I've done 2 coats of coconut, and then I have come in with my no wipe matte top coat. Personally, I always find it a lot easier to paint over a matte surface, so that's why I usually always do my gel polish shade. You can, again with these, you can pop these over any shade of your choice. I just chose to use white so that the color is going to really pop on the video, but yep, you can pop them over any color of your choice, but I do recommend popping down that matte top coat just to make hand painting that a little bit easier. The better you become at it and the more practice you get, you might find that you're happy to do your nail art over a glossy top coat, but a lot of the time what happens over a glossy top coat, or if you're working directly over the inhibition layer, it can just be a little bit harder to get the sharper, crisper lines. So over the matte top coat you eliminate that issue. So with the silver, I went in super simple and kind of did like a half French swoosh, and then we're going to do the same down at the cuticle area, because this is one of my favorite simple nail art designs to do when I'm wanting to just add a little bit of nail art. This looks great in a full set as well, but as you can see, I've popped a small amount of gel paint down on my palette, And I realized that a little bit here goes a long way. I definitely did not need to apply as much to my palette as I did. So do bear that in mind. You do only need a small amount. It's got quite a thin consistency, so you pick up a lot more than you realize. But then as you can see, it glided effortlessly across the nail. I wiped it through my stripe liner brush the same way I do when I'm applying any kind of gel polish nail art, just to make sure those bristles were really covered. But then it just glided on effortlessly. And because it has quite a thin consistency, which you'll see when we're working on the third and final design in the video, it makes the hand painting really easy because it's got that thinner consistency. So there we have the metallic silver done. Now we're going to reach for the rose gold and we're going to do some easy snowflakes. So to begin with, I'm just taking a small amount. Again, I probably took way more than what I needed. I don't know what I was thinking, but you just need to pop a small amount down on your palette. And then I'm going to take a medium-sized dotting tool and do 5 dots in a line. This is the easiest snowflake design I have ever come across, by the way. So I'm going to do 5 dots in a line down the nail, and then we're going to do 2 more coming each side, so that you've basically got 5 going the other way, and then just 1 dot in the middle of all of those. And then I'm going to take my stripe liner brush, and I'm not necessarily adding more gel paint to it, I'm just making sure it's got some on there. And then I'm going to drag through those dots and we're going to create that little snowflake design. As you get to the last dot, you kind of want to lift your brush up so it creates that little flick off the edge. And then once we've done the 4 main lines, we're going to come in and do those little dots that were in the centers, and again the same, just dragging through and then pulling that brush up to get that little flick. And how pretty does this look? I really love a pinky Christmassy wintry set. I feel like it's a really fun color, so I loved how this looked over the white base. Gonna come in again and basically do exactly the same again, just coming off the center of the nail, so we didn't need to use as many dots. But you'll see here we're just going to drag that brush through, and look how much pigmentation these have. And this is why nail art paints are a lot easier to do hand painting with over some gel polish colours. It's going to depend on the colour you're doing, but because these are so pigmented and they apply so nicely in one coat, and that pigmentation and vibrancy really shows through, it makes everything a lot easier because you haven't got to come in and add any more product. So I'm going to pop these in to cure for 30 seconds. I don't know if I mentioned that when we were swatching them, but the gel paints do require a 30-second cure in an LED lamp. And then we're going to just come in and seal that in with our top coat, and then I have just left a little clip of the finished result. So I really loved these. I'm loving snowflakes at the moment, so I had to show you guys one. Next up, we're going to take the gold and we're going to paint on quite a common design, which is leaves. I feel like leaves seem to suit all year round, and they fit in abstract designs, all sorts. So I thought I had to show you those with the gold. So I'm going to take a small amount on to my stripe liner brush and just swoop that across the nail to create the stem. And then working out from the stem, just keeping a tiny amount on my brush, I'm going to create those leaves. Now, like I mentioned, a little bit of paint goes a long way. So I do like to work a colour through my stripe liner brush, but I don't necessarily like to have loads of excess on my brush. So what I would recommend doing is you can wipe your brush off on your palette to test how much you've got on your brush, and then when you are going in and doing your nail art, you just want to have enough on there that you can create a nice sharp line, but not enough that if you apply too much pressure, it's going to start seeping out or giving you a too thick and bulky line. Everyone has their own techniques, but personally for me, I do find it a lot easier if I go in with a small amount, and then if I need more, I can dip in to the nail art paint on my palette and pick up a little bit more. I always find it harder if I go in with too much on my brush to fix up the design, so I like to just go in with a little bit and then add more if it's needed. And like I said, where these have that thinner consistency, a little bit really does go a long way. It comes across as though you've not got a lot on your brush, and then you can see when you're applying it to the nail how much you've actually got on there, and it can end up being a lot more than what you think you have. So it is beneficial to just test out a little stroke on your palette to see how well loaded your brush is. And then I really loved again how this gold looked over the white base. I can't wait to test these out in actual nail art designs. I think this will work perfectly in a marble as well. So if you'll watch the channel, a lot of the time I add a bit of glitter into marble designs, but I think these will look stunning in a marble design. So maybe that's something I can add into a design soon. Do let me know in the comments below if there's anything in particular you would like to see with the nail art paints. And of course, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below and I will be happy to help. I will leave all the products I've used tagged in the video, as well as linked in the description box below, so do check those out if you are looking to purchase. If you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what was your favorite color and what was your favorite design, and let me know if you're thinking of purchasing these as well. I hope you all enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, then please don't forget to hit that subscription button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. Lots of love. Bye bye.